For the next special address, we have Mr. Dipankar Biswas, who's the GM Project Engineering, NTPC Ltd. His topic is water resilience in the public sector. Sir, if we could please have you in the stage.
First of all, I'm very humbled and grateful that I've been given this opportunity to address the August gathering of so many eminent persons here. So, my topic last 2 days, we have been hearing a lot since yesterday for this e-mobility, then this urban planning and artificial intelligence, data analytics, so many things we have been hearing. So my topic is a bit different, but it is about the sustainability of the humankind itself. So as you know a bit about this global warming. First of all, I represent NTPC. As you know, this NTPC, the company which is responsible for every fourth bulb, glowing of every fourth bulb in the country. So I'm here on behalf of NTPC. So to start with, this climate change, as I told, I'll talk about this sustainability. So these things are already known. Everybody knows this. This climate change or the global warming, as we know, these are the raising of the Earth's temperature. And basically, the experts says that this effects, this greenhouse effect, these are all man-made effects. So this the increase in the this temperature of the Earth's surface, yeah. Now this topic, water and the sustainability we talk about, this water and the climate change, in fact, they are very much intertwined. If you see, this the whole thing evolves with this water, this climate change, basically. Whether it is the higher rates of the evaporation, the melting of the ice, then the rising of the sea level, then this will put more pressure on the groundwater. There's more and frequent this vagaries in these seasons will take place. Somewhere will find the water rising, somewhere will be drought, somewhere will be this flooded. So these are the effects of this global warming. And this water, basically, this water is very much stressed for the whole world because of this water, this climate change. So this, as I told, this 80% of the climate change impact, it is channeled through the water. So we'll see how it is. This climate change, this amplifies the risk of your drought, then this floods, this water supply shortage and the distribution network, then this poor water quality, it will lead to the poor water quality, disrupted those watershed processes, and so on and so forth. So there is a study which says that since 2015 to 2050, if you see, worldwide there will be a 40% less water availability will be there. And 55% of the water demand will increase. And the increase in the 50% of these CO2 emissions. So water demand is increasing, and it is our responsibility as a citizen, as a human, to save the water, and how it can be done, and what my company is doing, that I will come to. So if you say these are the trends in the 2050, this water stress around the world, basically it is this water availability, the water demand divided by the water availability. Those are the graphs, this pictorial, these representations. So if you see, this 54% of India is already facing extremely high water stress. As you know, in Maharashtra, this Pali thermal power station was there, which was closed some few years back because of this non-availability of the water. Because this water, for this industry, the water comes last as a priority. First, you have to give the drinking water, then water has to be given for the agriculture. So this is this amount of the problem this magnanimity of the problem. So it has come in the World Economic Forum, this water crisis, it has now been ranked in the top 10 risk to the humanity. So the problem is like that. About 1/3 of the world's population is already living in the water-stressed area. Now it is almost 2.8 billion people. And in the next, by 2050, the future generation, there's almost half of the people in the world over, they will be living in the water-stressed region. So this is this climate change and water security. These are, as I told, these are very intertwined, and it is our responsible, as a responsible citizens, it is everybody's concern to save the water and to do what bit we can do from our side. The day is not far off when we'll find that we know that this oil and this other things are traded. The day is not far off when we'll find that the water is being traded, and water is at the mercy of it will not the common man's reach. This will be at the mercy of this business man to make money for that. It has already been started. So we must try everything to do what we can do to save the planet. So the climate change, this is a circulatory economy effect. Basically, it will have the adverse impact on the environment, as we know already. This will adversely affect our health. This shortage of water, less water will be available for the people to drink. It will affect the livelihood and the displacement, cause the displacement of the people from one place to another place. The energy security is already there, we know. And most of this important thing is that the overall impact on the economy. Basically, ultimately, it will have the adverse impact on the lower strata of the society first. Those who are already poverty-stricken, and these people will be affected first. And already know these things are already started happening in many parts of the world, like in Africa and the other places. We know how this water, this scarcity has created the havoc in those countries. So who can fix it? So this government, it is this responsibility of the government to make the laws and the policies to reduce the water footprint, to get rid of the greenhouse gas emissions. Then the business, it is the responsibility of the business. After all, we are doing the business. Everything is for the society, whatever we are doing, whether it is the private sector or the public sector. At the end of the day, everything is for the common people we are serving. So this is about the sustainability. Then we can all make choice in our lives to reduce the carbon footprint. So, as we know, the industry as a major consumer, as I've already told, after the agriculture. Industry is a major, and water, for the thermal power plant. As we know, our country is basically, now we are moving a lot towards the renewable energy. But after all, still we have to stay with this coal-based power plant for the next 30 to 40 years. So this major, guzzler of this water is basically this thermal power plants that will come. Then the National Commission for the Integrated Water Resource Development, this study shows that by 2050, this is of course in the high usage scenario, this will be approximately, the industry demand will be around 1,180, around 1,200 BCM, billion cubic meter, against the 695 BCM, what we use now. So this is this problem, this is the magnitude of the problem. Now, every industry, whether it is a public sector or private sector, we have got the responsibility towards reducing this water consumption. Now we'll come to this, as I told you, this thermal power plant among the industries, it consumes around 88% of the total water that is consumed by the thermal power plants. And we have to live with these thermal power plants in the next 30 to 40 years. So now I'll come to my company, what bit of things we are doing to conserve the water. So NTPC, we have taken a policy, this practice of this reuse, recycle and the reduce of the water. So we have got already this policies in place, and it is being followed in every project for this, how to recycle, reuse, and reduce the water. So these are the various things that we have done. As you know, this ash water recirculation system, this thermal power, this produces a huge amount of the ash. Around Indian coal contains around 45% of this ash. So this ash comes out after burning of the coal. This ash has to be disposed in the ponds. This ash has to be disposed in the ponds. So basically this pond, from their pond, we recycle the water back to our project. Then we have got the advanced ETPs. Next is, we have also all our NTPC plants, almost 50% of the plants are already ZLD compliant, zero liquid discharge. We are not discharging any sort of liquid, whatever it may be, other than this storm water outside the plant boundary. So, and another thing we have taken a very good step is that the air-cooled condenser. As you know, they contains a huge amount of the water we don't need. So we have used the air-cooled condenser. These are very these advanced concepts. This is coming in of our project. All around 70% of the water will be saving in the form of these air-cooled condensers. Next, we have taken this proactive step for the rainwater harvesting in all our projects and the adjoining areas also. We have installed the floating solar in we have got the big reservoir for the water to take for this water, viability of this. So we have installed this floating solar plants that will reduce the evaporation rate from your water bodies. Those steps we have taken. Rainwater harvesting in every project and the adjoining as a part of the R&R activities. Then we have also gone for the thermal desalination. You know, this desalination plant in NTPC is having one of the largest desalination plant in India, that is near in Chennai, in Vellore. So that is a RO-based desalination plant. We have also, for recycling and reuse of this, we have also used this your gas, this hot gas, to produce the solar thermal desalination and the flue gas-based desalination plant in our two of our plants. And this dry ash disposal system we have already installed in many of our projects. And as you know, this ash utilization, NTPC is a leading producer of the ash, as well as this ash is now being used for the different things like this road projects. This ash is being used for the road projects. Then this fly ash is also being exported elsewhere. Then we have got actually Government of India has come up with a very ambitious policy that we have to feed this mine voids. Basically, after the coal is extracted, the mine voids. So this ash can be disposed in the this mine voids. That also we have come up with one of our recent projects. We are also using this ash for the construction of the houses and for the geopolymer, this concrete road that we have already installed at the test places in NTPC Ramagundam. So if it is successful, that will be this landmark achievement in India. If we can go for this geopolymer concrete road. And another thing Government of India has come up is that every thermal power plant within the 50-kilometer distance of this municipality, they have mandatorily used these STPs, this town STPs water. So that also we have taken a proactive step towards that. The things are moving on. In NTPC Bard, we'll be taking it from the Bard township, Bard city for use of the STP water. And in Korba also we are trying this. And the other things that NTPC has been doing for the last 35 years is the afforestation in and around, not only inside our plant, in and around this. This is a very big and this step we are taking already. So this is another thing is that NTPC has already joined the United Nations CO water mandate that works towards the water conservation. So this is what my company is doing, and this is the responsibility of every citizen of the country. We have to look for the sustainability, as sir was telling, that everywhere we have to look for the sustainability. Everything we do, whether it is sustainable in the long term and whether it is this, it is for this last mile of the society or not. That is what we are doing. And with that, I finish my this talk. Thank you everybody for the listening.